Welcome to my little video of a sub 19-foot fishing boat. We're in lockdown, so I thought something to do. The boat of choice is the Predator 165. It's quite a small, compact fishing boat, which I've grown to love very much. We'll start at the bow. It has a really nice bow section to it. Very speedboat-like. Unlike the Warrior, which runs a lot flatter, this has got a slightly deeper V. When I purchased the boat, I got the 3/4 rubbing strake fitted, or keel band. I should have gone for the keel band that comes all the way to the front, because the first thing we hit was a chain, and we did a little bit of damage. Worth paying the extra for that little bit extra, another 3 foot of keel band. The extras I fitted, that I spec'd when the boat came, was a bow rail, and the radar bar. The bow rail is excellent if you come onto a wall or you're retrieving the anchor, and the radar arch you can also use as a grab rail. The boat itself is kept on the mooring. It's got a little bit of damage here and there, scratch marks, which weren't my doing, but unfortunately on a mooring they do happen from time to time. My engine of choice was the Mariner Optimax 75. Quite a large engine for such a small boat. It's the down-rated version of the 115. Unlike boats, engines like Evinrude, for example, where a 50 is sort of uprated to a 60. I think I'm right in saying this was a 115 originally, and they down-rated it to a 70. Plenty of power, as my son water skis quite a bit. Lot heavier than the 60 Mercury, which is the engine most people fit on the Predators. As you could see, the plimsoll line is quite high. It sits lower in the water than the 60 horse version, but it seems more sure-footed and certainly has a huge amount of power for the size of boat. Some of the things I've fitted on the boat, extra, we have the fishing rod holders, which I have a bait tray which also fits onto the rod holders. Coming over to the other side, a must on today's engines, an exterior fuel filter. Unlike the days when you were just carbed, these fuel injected engines need a little bit of tender loving care. Plus the filter on the main engine runs out at about 50 quid, whereby I change that every 2 years. I change the water separator, the one you can see there, every year, and that only ends up about £10 each. Going into the boat, when I spec'd the boat, we more or less ticked all the boxes. We got the extra seat, and we went for the extra seat in the back. For some people who are only using the boat for fishing, you do lose a bit of space, but on the flip side of that, there's a huge storage area underneath. You can get quite a few tanks of fuel in there and extra kit. Turning it around, instrument wise, I'll go through these with you. We have an Eagle fish finder, a Raymarine Dragonfly, a VHF, compass, and we have the Smart Craft gauge, which comes with the Opti, and that gives you your trim, engine temperature, engine hours, and fuel used. It's a great addition. It does a lot really, but you have to do it individually. You press the button and you get one reading out every time. Going into the front of the boat, anchor locker in the front. I use a 5 kilo anchor normally, and I swap to a 7.5 kilo if I leave it out overnight on a mooring. It's a pocket sized boat, but for the size of the boat you get an awful lot of room inside. It's not lockable, but the beauty is in the summer you can drive the boat, you have the sun on your back, and it handles like a little speedboat. I have to say, it's superb. Safety wise on board, I carry 4 life jackets, 3 automatic for guests, a manual for myself. I have the in-date inshore pack. I also have about half a dozen out-of-date in the other pack. First aid kit, extra knife, horn, drogue. Yeah, that's about it really. Oh, fire extinguisher. Extras for fishing. I have a rod holder fitted on the rail here. I have a rod holder on the back here, both sides, and you can easily trawl 4 lures at a time on your own. I also have 2 rod holders fitted on the radar arch, and you can fit a nice whippy rod in there with feathers on, and if you're in a slight chop, they'll fish themselves for mackerel. You haven't got to touch the rods because with the action of the boat it works tremendously well. The boat is normally used for fishing, but with that engine it'll pull 2 skiers, no problem at all, and a mono skier deep water start. It's a really good package. Unlike the old 2-strokes years ago, the new generation 2-strokes, total new technology, double the fuel consumption, and are not far behind my mate's 60 horsepower 4-stroke. On a day's fishing I probably use 1.5 gallons more than him, but the boat sits deeper in the water and it feels more planted. But you can get away with a 40, 50 ideal, but I say the choice most people use on the back are the 60. I hope you enjoyed my little video done out of boredom. Stay safe, enjoy your fishing, all the best.